Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Debbie. This is my crafty den, and I am going to do a little paper crafting project. So I just saw online that tomorrow is Make a Book Day. One of those obscure little, I think kind of made up holidays. You see them everywhere. But I thought, being Make a Book Day, that I would make a book. And because it's tomorrow, which is when I'll be posting this video, I always do mine the day before, of course. I thought instead of making a book from scratch, I would just make some little notebooks for my purse. And I have these little, it's a mini 3-pack composition books. This is from Dollar Tree. I've had it in my stash for quite some time. When I bought them, I fully intended to do them over. I thought they would be cute. I mean, gosh, guys, look at these little baby composition notebooks. They are cute. Okay, so I'm going to open these and I'm just going to glam these up a little bit with some pretty paper. Let's take this plastic off of here. And we've all seen people covering the big composition notebooks. So I thought I'd do something similar for these. So I think, look how tiny these are. And the really cool thing about these is that this is actually it's stitched. So it's a sewn notebook. Really cute. So they would make absolutely adorable little notebooks for shopping lists, just to carry in your purse so that you can write something down when you're out and about. That happens to us sometimes. We need to write something down and we don't have anything. These will be great just on the go notebooks. So I have this paper pad, and this is called Bless Our Home, and it's a hot buy paper pad from Michaels. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it also has in here, let me turn it sideways so that you can see some of these papers. These papers are they're kind of vintage. They remind me of old-fashioned wallpapers. Look at this with just all the words on it. That's pretty. But it has a real vintage feel to it. But it also has these. So these are these ones that you can cut apart. This one happens to have these really small ones on here. And they'll fit on here. So I'm going to cover these. Now I'm going to add papers to them. I'm going to do these up and just make them even more adorable than what they already are. So let's find a paper. I think I'm going to start with this one. I love the vintage wallpaper feel of this. I think that's where they get the Bless Our Home title from. I mean, this just does remind you of a home way back in the day. These are actually 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So 4 1/2 inches this way should be good, and 3 inches this way should be good. So let's try that and see how it works. And let's do 4 1/2 because that's what it says it is. I can't decide. This way. So I'm going to use a wet glue for this. I'm just going to use a PVA glue. And the reason I'm doing that is because I found that in the summertime, in the heat a lot, when you're using the double-sided tapes, that the tape will dry out or just, it'll lose its bond in the heat. Especially if you do things like I do. Like I'll leave my purse in the car and it heats up quite a bit more than what you should be doing. So just a little bit of this glue. This dispenser puts such a fine little bit of glue on here that you don't have to worry about too much paper buckling. So I'm going to put this on here. I just butted that right up to that spine, put it down, and I'm just going to work this down all the way around. That looks good. That actually looks pretty good there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back. So I'm just going to take that same piece of paper that I cut, and I'm going to cut another 4-inch piece. It was 4.5 inches, wasn't it? Because the book is 4.5 inches. So the paper should be 4.5 inches. So right at the 4.5 inches, and I'm going to put a little bit of this on the back. So how is everybody tonight? I'm doing this in the evening. I find that it's there's nothing on TV tonight, and I may as well be in my craft room doing something that I like doing. We're getting a bit of a cold spell again. We had that lovely, lovely warm weather, and then it turned cold. Not freezing cold, although when I got up yesterday morning, there was a pretty heavy frost on the window of my car when I went to put the dog out. Like it was a heavy enough frost that you would have had to get a scraper for it. So I would have liked for all of that to be done. If you get it crooked at all, you've got a minute because this is just a PVA glue. You can use tape if you want to. I mean, if you're not like me and you don't forget things in the car, then it probably won't crack and fall apart on you. There, I think that's good. I think that's good. Just get that worked down really well. Yeah, and the front's ready. So I'm just going to take my little cutting board, put it down. I've got a little trimmer here. I'm going to just open this onto here, and then I'm going to very carefully trim right down here. I'm going to just go right around the edge here so that I have that nice round corner. And I'll do the same on this corner. Like that. So I have my nice trimmed corner. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the back cover. And I've got my little book covered. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab that page with the cutouts on it, because there's 2 of them and I just need the one. I'm going to cut these apart. And I think I'm just going to trim them all so that I have my pick, and then I'll just put them in my stash. So I have these. Now they're going to be a little bit too big because they kind of fit on the whole front like this. And do I want to put something down the spine? I think I do. So I need a contrasting piece of paper. Ooh. That would work just perfectly. So I'm going to take this. And because I want a piece that I'm going to wrap around the spine of all 3 books. And I need a 4.5-inch piece. So that's going to be my spine of my first one. So I have my bone folder, and I'm just taking that paper and I'm just rounding a little bit to make this easier to fold around the back. There. Now that it's on there, I don't like it. Let's try another one. So we'll do a 4.5-inch piece of this, and I'm sure the other one will fit. The other one will go well with a different piece of paper, so I'll just use it on a different notebook. It was too much the same there. Not enough contrast. So I'm going to do the same thing, though. I'm going to take my bone folder just so that that folds around that a little bit better. It's just hard to fold it. It's a really thick paper. There, I think that's better. I think that's better. A little more contrast. Let's put a little bit of glue down here. And let's line this up on here. Okay, so I have that down there. And then let's fold this up. And over. Okay, so I've got that on there. And it's not quite dry. I've got some of these little wee clamps, and I'm just going to put 3 of them right down the back of this. And I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to work on the other one because I'm going to do all 3 of these. So, paper for the next one. So I'm going to take my cuts, and I'm just going to do how am I going to do it? I'm going to take my cut here. So I need 3.5 inches, like that. And then I need 4 inches or 4.5 inches. I keep saying 4 inches, but I know it's 4.5 inches. I need 4.5 inches. Right here. And I need 4.5 inches right here. Then I'm going to take my second book and I'm going to put the plane on the front like this. So the front, and then the back like this, so that I have, I think so. So that's cover number 2. And then cover number 3, I am going to do all in this floral because I think it's really pretty. Okay, I've got my 3 little notebooks and I've got the covers trimmed out and I'm going to put the spines on them. So I think that this one's going to go on here like that. I wonder if it'll look okay on this as well. That contrasting like that. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you think that blue would look good on there as well? I don't think so. I think I want something else on this one. Okay, so let's see how this one looks. Just a plain blue stripe for the cover or for the spine. I think that's better. I think that's better. So let's see if I don't bend this, how hard it's going to be to put on here. I'm going to clamp it. I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to lift this. So I'm just going to see if I can crease this up a little bit with my bone folder. Oops. I thought I felt that pulling away a little bit. Yeah, see, it didn't work very good. Not bending the paper first made it really hard to do. So bending the paper first does work a little bit better. So I'm just going to wrap that around there. And then I am going to put my little clamps on. And I'm going to do this one. I love this. I think this is going to look really pretty. So let's put the glue on here because this one's a little bit wider. I left the gold on it on purpose just because I really liked it. So it's a little bit wider than the actual spine. So this one's going to be just a little bit further out on the front and the back, but that's okay. It doesn't really perform any function. It just looks good. Let's just wrap that right around there and put some clamps on here. There. So I have my 3 little books made. Now I'm going to start decorating them a little bit as well. Why not? Let's see what I can put on the front of here. Ooh, I like this. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I'm going to take about that much off there and about the same amount off this side. And I'm going to take a little wee bit. I'm going to take it off the top like that. And I'm going to cut like that. There. Oh, I think that's cute. Then I'm going to take my glue and I am going to go down this side and across the bottom. Then I'm going to put it like this, just like this. And then once that's dry, that will be like a little tuck spot right there. And you could just shove a quick little receipt in there. It'd be a great place to stick a stamp or a ticket. I am going to take some of this Ranger Archival ink and I am going to go around the edge on this. And so I like that. I like that. It looks so much better with that dark, grungy edge on it. There. So I have one little notebook done. I'm just going to set that back. Maybe I'll go around the edge of this before I put whatever on the front. It'll probably be easier. A little bit off of this one as well. Even these little wee cards are just a little bit too big for these tiny little notebooks. There. I'm also going to take these corners just a little and nip them off so that it looks a little bit more like it's supposed to be on the front of this. And then I'm going to go around this as well, just a little. There, and it just kind of double layers the flowers on here. So I'm going to put this on the front. I'm really wondering if I want to put that on there, or do I think it would just look better on here, like this. Oh gosh. I'm going to go through the rest of these first before I decide whether I'm going to put this on here or here. That little brick wall might look good on there, but then again, so might this if I cut it out. This actually might look good on there as well. I like that. I just like that saying. And the rest of them, yes, I think that's it. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this one and cut it down a little bit. Does anybody else have the hardest time trying to make a decision? And it covers up so much of that. I think I'm going to do it like this because I like this flowery pattern. And by using this, I still get some of that flowery pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. This one will be a little plainer. And I'm just going to overlap it over top of that spine. So I'm going to go down the side and across the bottom because that'll hold it on. This PVA, this school glue, works on paper just great. So I'm going to put that right down that blue line right there on the spine and attach it like that. And once this dries, I mean, it's pretty solid, and that'll be a little tuck spot there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Make sure I have my front and my back. So I have my back is like this, and my front will be like this. Yeah. There. I think this one's fine. So I have 3 little notebooks that I can use in my purse. I am going to, I don't think I'm going to go around this one with the black. Let's put the black away. And I've got some Distress ink in the Vintage Photo. I can't talk tonight, guys. Vintage Photo. And that's perfect for this. And I'm going quite heavy with this. Very nice, very nice. I should do the back as well. I think this calls for that being a little heavier. There. So I can put that away. I can put my glue away. Now, the other thing that you could do with a little trio of books like this is you've bought this at the Dollar Tree. I mean, it was $1. And, well, these were $1. I think they'd be $1.25 now. But, you know, there's 3 really cute matching little notebooks here. So what if we take them and then we take another strip of paper from that, you know, you saw me cutting the strips. This one just keeps repeating, it's so good to be home. And that's what it says on the front of that notebook. So what if I was to take this and just put it right around here like this? So I'm going to crease that there, crease it there. I'm going to crease it there and there. I'm going to go around to the back. And I'm going to cut the excess off. So cut that off. Cut this off. I'm going to wrap that around there nice and tight. And then I'm going to take a little piece of this double-sided tape. I'm going to put it right down here. I'm going to wrap that right around like that so that that stays on there. And now that's just a cute little book bundle that you could put in a gift for somebody. These make great gifts. Absolutely wonderful. Almost all paper pads have the little decorative cut apart pieces. They have the strips. So you could do this for a whole bunch of these little composition notebooks and put them in gift baskets. You could just hand these out as thank yous to people because they're so compact and they're so inexpensive. So inexpensive. So they're perfect for multi-gifting. And I think they're perfect. And with Mother's Day coming up on the weekend, you know, Mom needs notebooks in her purse too. So yeah. So I hope you liked this little project. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you're watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do that now before you leave. I'd love for you to come back and become part of my YouTube family. Comments, just comment anything, guys. Every comment helps my channel, and I love reading them all. And take care. I'll see everybody in the next video. Until then, bye-bye for now.